Hello guys and welcome back to more Lyon on the Force Lines YouTube channel. Yeah, I brought it back for one more year, and I promise after this, whether we win the league or not, this is going to be my last year of Lyon, because does my contract expire at the end of this? Oh no, it expires in 2020. I must have signed a 2-year extension. Oh yeah, I signed a deal in January. So yeah, even though I signed an extension, yeah, I'm going to be ending the save after this season, and that'll be it. I'll be starting something new. The reason I decided to do one more year is because we are so close. I burped in the middle of my sentence there. To that league title, I can almost smell it. I mean, looking at how far we've come, we came from 4th in our first season, and then we were runners up and missed out by 5 points, and then runners up again, and we had that league in control that year. We could have had it, and we threw it away. But we are so close. I've made signings this year, hopefully good ones. Not necessarily young ones, but experienced players. Hopefully they can help us towards it. And I'm really excited for this last year. Another reason is looking at our fixture list. It's insane. Let's go through these emails quickly. Yeah, I'm looking for a left back. I need one more player really to sign. Maybe a couple more players to sign in the transfer window. I was looking at this guy, Jose Gaia, who is a fullback who plays for Chelsea. They signed him from Valencia, and I put in an offer for him for about 20 million, and they came back with 227 million. Yeah, not paying that for you. He just signed a new contract as well, worth 46 million. 46 million, as I was saying before I got interrupted. So yeah, we're not going to be buying him. I've got a couple of options weighed up, and I'm trying to weigh up my options between them. I've delayed the transfers because they've almost gone through. I'm just trying to weigh out the options between the two of them. I'll show you who they are very shortly. Expectation review. We're expected to reach the last 16 in the Champions League, which we should do. Challenge for the League 1 title, we should do. Reach the final of the Coupe de France, we should do. And they don't really regard the Coupe de la Ligue with any importance. Our transfer budget at the start of the season was pretty good. We've got 26 million left. And we've got a wage budget of 1.02 million. It's gone up a bit because we went for a title challenge instead of European qualifications. So our transfer budget in the end, I think, was about 30 million, something like that. I can't remember. So let's have a look at the schedule. So, this is what I've done off screen. So friendlies, here they are. Today, we're kicking off the League 1 campaign with the Rhone derby against Saint-Étienne. And I'm going to show you my last 3 league games. Boom, there we go. Lille, Marseille and Saint-Étienne. That is absolutely mental. I cannot believe that our last league games are those. That's insane. And then sort of earlier in the season as well, we've got Lille and Marseille one after the other before our last Champions League group game, which could be crucial depending on how we do there. So let's go through the games we played off screen. All the pre-season games. And we won the Trophée des Champions, which is basically France's community shield between the winners of the league, which were Marseille, and the winners of the Coupe de France, which were us. We won the Coupe de France last season. Let's go through these games then. We started off with the game against, I don't know how you say it. Is it Grobesbach or something like that? I don't know. They're German. And, players were unfit. We weren't going to do well here. We got a 1-0 win. Lacazette got the goal. So, yeah, that was that. Then we had a 2-2 draw against Anderlecht. Hisham Kalua, who, I don't really have any intention of playing because he's not very good, scored the goal in 12 seconds. Yeah, that. And then, so we were 1-0 up. And then Lacazette scored in the 12th minute to make it 2-0. Mitrovic got a brace in the second half to make it 2-2 in the end. Then we beat Cluj 3-1. Max Cornet with a goal here. Umtiti also scoring. And then Cluj got one back before half-time. And then Sam Umtiti got the third goal in the 90th minute. Club Africain, 6-1 win here. Now, this was funny. Okay, I played a region in this game. Nicolas Aldrain. As you can see, he scored 4 goals in this game. 1 hat-trick and 1 own goal. Yeah, that was a bit weird. He scored in the first minute again. It took, I think it was about 40 seconds. Then he scored in the 12th minute and then the 25th minute. And before that hat-trick goal, he scored an own goal. So he was involved in 4 of the goals. Grenier also scored before half-time, 39th minute, to make it 4-1. And then Club Africain scored an own goal in the 53rd minute. And then Essentia scored in the 57th when we won this match 6-1 against one of our feeder clubs. It was a mental game. Crazy stuff. Then we had a goalless draw against Augsburg. Yeah, probably shouldn't have been. We had a fair few shots in that game. 2-0 win against Turkey's Bursaspor, corner with a goal here, and then Özgür Sek with an own goal. Then we lost 2-0 to Benfica in our last pre-season friendly. Andre Almeida with a penalty, and Nicolas Gaitan in the 42nd minute getting a goal as well. So a bit of a sucky defeat there. And then, as I said, we won the Trophée des Champions. We beat Marseille 1-0. 33rd minute goal by Asensio. Not sure if we really should have won this. Going forward, we didn't offer very much apart from that goal from Asensio. Our strikers in this game, we went for Cornet and Lacazette. I've decided for this season I'm going to keep Cornet at the club and give him some games. Because he, in the future, he could be a good player. And he's been on loan for 3 years now. His first season, did he go on loan? Yeah, he went to Met on loan but didn't actually play any games. And then he went on loan to however you say that. And only played 6 games. And his most recent season, he was spent on loan at Apollon. Played 22 games and got 11 goals. So I decided I'm going to keep him at the club for this one. And see how he does. So we had 12 shots in this game. Marseille had a lot of possession. They had a lot of shots themselves. But, they had a lot of the ball. Couldn't get through that often, though, because of the brilliance of Corentin Tolisso, who had a great game. And he's going to be my first choice sort of holding midfielder this season. Because I've decided that I'm going to be moving Gonalon, our captain, back into defence. So what I'm actually going to do now is train him up sort of more as a defender than as a sort of a holding midfielder. So that's what I'm doing there. Training him up for that new position, central defender. I think we want, So have him as a central defender. Because, I think, we need to start sort of blending in some of our younger players. Toliso's been playing a few games. We also have Frank Kaufmann. Is he 18 now? Still 17 years old. We have him. He's going to be a half-decent player in the future, as you can see. Could potentially be 4.5 stars. So, I want to try and play some new players this time around. We have some good regens that are coming now. The Kaufmann being one of them. Aldrin, of course, getting that hat-trick, 4 goals in that game. We have some other ones that we haven't really played yet, like Hamza Yilmaz, who's just come back from injury. His report, he could be 5-star. He could be a real world-class defender. So, that's that. Let's go through our transfers then. These are the guys that we're looking for our left-back. And I've narrowed it down to 2. We've got Jeffro Willems, the Dutch left-back who plays for Milan at the moment. But he will be... it will cost a little bit more than my other option. He's going to cost around 17 million. But... not sure if he is the better player of the 2. He's more of a wing back than a full back compared to the other guy. He looks pretty good, but he could be a bit. He'll be a bit dear, and plus we won't be able to play him for 2 months because he's got an Achilles injury. The other guy is Georgy Shenikov, the Russian left back. He's a bit older as well. Willems has got 3 years on Shenikov, and we haven't got all of his attributes, so we're not sure how good he could be. He's a quality signing according to Rhone. And the other guy's a good signing. So this guy looks to be, better, but Willems has got 3 years on him. So it's a difficult one to weigh up, but I'm not quite sure which one to go for. As far as our signings so far have gone, 5 players in and a bunch of players out. Lindsay Rose went to Lens for 2.1 million. No real releases of any note. Just players that weren't good enough. Martins Pereira went for tuppence. Christophe Jallet went to Met for 145k. Because, he wasn't really going to be playing anymore. 33 years old. He was getting a bit on the old side. And he had a good 3 seasons with us. Yassine Benzia has gone to Lens for 1 million. And the rest are all loan deals. Coming in, as I said, players are going to be a bit older than previous signings. If we go back to some of our signings in previous years, apart from maybe Khedira, kind of quite young players. If you look at people as well like Nika, and Kaufmann, who wasn't a regen actually that we had, it was a regen from another place. There have been some young signings. This not really the case this time. So 5 signings, let's go through them. Juan Fran from Atletico Madrid, 32-year-old right back, basically another backup to Nika because Jallet kind of exhausted his use. Juan Fran, it's going to be he's a quality player, he's a good player. Did very well at Atletico, played 32 games in his most recent season and averaged 7.21. So I think he could definitely still do the job. So we sign him. This guy we didn't sign. He was actually signed by the youth development guy, and I had no idea about it. And then, yeah, we confirmed the deal. It's £600,000. It wasn't that much. Turns out he isn't as good as they thought he was. So, not sure what I'm going to do with him. I guess if we get completely bollocksed in that midfield area, we could play him. But, yeah, we'll see. I think he's going to be mainly a reserve or a under-19 player. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, we got on a free transfer from Schalke. His contract was running up at the German club. 33-year-old striker. Bit of experience up front. You know, we've got some young guys like Cornet. Ben Yedder's not really young, but yeah, bit of experience going forward. So he hasn't done great pre-season. You know, he hasn't got a goal yet, but we'll see how he does. Some of those mentals, you know, composure and anticipation and off the ball. He's got some 20s in there, which is great. Some of them are maxed out. So yeah, just an experiment really. He was only on free, so if he doesn't perform, then it's not the end of the world. Asensio, we had him on loan last season from Real Madrid, and he had some good games, but he did have some shocking games as well. And we signed him permanently for 6 million. So he's 21 years old, mainly in Ongonch, so he should be okay. He got a goal, of course, in that Trophée de Champion game. He's had some assists. He got a few good goals last season, but as I said, he had some really shocking games. And finally, last signing, Freddy Guarin. On a free transfer, he's Colombian, 31-year-old, very much a playmaker, but I can play him as a central midfielder as well, because we have, of course, like Grenier and players like that who are playmakers. Very well-rounded. You know, some of these, like, nothing lower than 10, apart from the goalkeeper rating, of course. So, yeah, very much a jack of all trades in midfield, I think, Guarin. He can be a ball-winning midfielder, he can be a playmaker, he can be all sorts of things. So yeah, decent player, and on a free, again, not going to be the end of the world if we don't get anything out of him. If we can try and sell him for some money, if he does actually do really badly, then no, it's a bit of profit. And speaking of profit, our finances look absolutely great. I mean, our peak was around 41 million in terms of what is it? Or summary, it says. So yeah, predicted balance for the season, not quite 20 million, which is great. You know, considering like the financial fair play is like minus 3 million or something. We look great. So yeah, financial fair play summary. So allowed loss is minus 3.7 million. Current loss for period is 114 million. Current profit rather, not current loss. Profit of 114 million. And projected profit for the end of the period is 104 million. So in terms of finance, you know, we are as stable as anything. Rich finances, yeah. So yeah, very, very stable club, and I'm excited for this season. And we're just going to see if we can go that one step further and get that top spot. I guess 4th time's a charm, and that's the episode of this. That's the title of this episode. So let's go to the match preview. So we're facing Saint-Étienne today. I've gone solely with a narrow diamond pre-season. That is going to be our formation. I do you know, like the 4-1-2-2-1 a lot as well, but our primary formation this season is going to be the narrow diamond. So much so that I'm going to move it into that first position there. So, here we go. What are we going to pick for this team? Let's do a quick pick and see what it gives us. So, it's going to be Lacazette. Ben Yedder didn't do very well pre-season. So, and we have a lot of injuries. As you can see, we have a lot of injuries. So, Juan Fran is injured. Only going to be out for 6 to 9 days with a thigh injury. Sami Khedira is injured. 4 to 7 days with a groin injury. So very short-term injuries, but it's a pain. Hussein, 19-year-old midfielder, going to be out for not quite a couple of weeks with a knee injury. And Kalua, don't really intend on playing him, so that's not the end of the world. So here we go. This is going to be today's team. Well, is it? Tolisso starting. Gonalon is going to be there into the Kone. I'm going to swap those two around. Do we want Ben Yedder or I don't want De Jong playing. I don't want De Jong in my team, in my squad anymore, to be honest. Well, right, we're having Max Cornet there. Right, I'm filtering out unavailable players. We don't really have another striker apart from De Jong, do we? We've got Cornet on the bench. We've got Huntelaar on the bench. Right, we'll do this. So that's our first 11 right there. Take off Gomes. Have Kaufman. Boris Marin. Yeah, right, this is it. This is going to be our squad for this game. So here we go. In goal, Tony Lopez. Fullbacks, Budimo and Nika. Centre-backs, Umtiti and Gunalon. Tolisso in that Ackerman position that he did so well in that Trophée des Champions game. Grenier and Guarin in central midfield. Asensio in the hole as Engrange. And then Lacazette and Cornet as our strikers. So we're going to give Cornet a chance this season. We have so many strikers in our team. If we just show filters and filter out unavailable players and players not at the club and see how many strikers we have. So yeah, Ngie is rubbish. He's gone on loan again. Lacazette, Ben Yedder, Kalua, Cornet, Halilovic can't play though. Huntelaar, De Jong, Aldrin, Pagliuca also on loan. We have about 8 or 9 strikers, something like that. So yeah, we need to try and get rid of some of them. Even if we just release them, we've got money to give them compensation. So we need to try and free up some space. We have a massive squad. So here we go. So they've got that big gap in midfield. Hopefully Grenier and Guarin can do their job in there and get some balls forward. So either that midfield is going to be very spacey or very congested. Hopefully the former. So yeah, here we go. The Rhone Derby to kick off our 4th season with Lyon. Right, I don't need to do anything else with that team talk. That's fine. I'm leaving it at that. So here we go. We kick off. Marco Asensio to Clément Grenier. Budimo on the left. And that first football didn't really end in anything. We've had 1 shot so far and that's it. Well, let's see some highlights. Come on. 15 minutes in, still nothing. 20 minutes in, still nothing. Come on, let me see some highlights. Half an hour in, not a single highlight yet. Toliso's got a yellow card. And now Nika's got a yellow card. He's going to be getting a lot of them. He got quite a lot last season. Now Gunalon's going to have a yellow card. Great. 3 yellows in the first half. Oh, we've got a free kick here. Grenier passes it short to Gunalon. Here's Sam Umtiti to Freddie Guarin. Nika, get a cross in there. Come on. No, he was dispossessed by Tawatha. Here's German to Rios. Actually have a highlight here. First one of the game. Gunalon passes it back to Lopez. Nika. Guarin wins it back. Grenier to Lacazette. Alexander Lacazette keeps going forward, and the shot in the end wasn't great. It was a good run, but end product wasn't there. We're going to go into half time 0-0. Going forward hasn't been great, but then we haven't really built up a lot of play. But let's go straight into the second half. We've had 14 shots. We should really have a lead here. We've had 3 half chances, and that's it though. Saint-Étienne have only had a couple of shots. And, well, worried that they're going to just grab a win here. I don't want them to. Because we've done so well against Saint-Étienne. I think we've beaten them 5 times in a row. We haven't actually lost a lot of points against our rivals. Tawatha has actually done very well defensively on that wing, on that flank. Here's Grenier. He's kind of thwarted Nika. And not a lot of people managed to do that last season. Rios is in here. Good save by Lopez. And Budimo clears it back towards Lacazette. Passes it to Asensio, who's got space to move here, but he was closed down pretty quickly. 50 minutes in, still no goals. And hasn't been, well, Guarin. Passes to Asensio. Good ball to Lacazette. Lacazette now, can he get it in the area? He is on the edge of it, moves inwards. That's a penalty, surely. Thank you. Teofil Catherine, the former Cardiff player, concedes the penalty. Lacazette will take it. And Lacazette scores, and it's 1-0. Via a penalty, but it's a goal nonetheless. Right, I'm moving to control right now. I will take a 1-0 win. This early in the season, it's the very first game. Nobody has played a game yet. So, if we can get a win here, it's a good positive start, and we will actually be top of the league. I'm going to take off Cornet. He hasn't done very well, and I was hoping he would. And I'm going to bring on Huntelaar. I'm going to make him... I think he's good as a Trecatista, so I think we'll do that. Get a bit of experience up front. Let's see if that helps us. Lacazette and Huntelaar. If that's not a strike partnership, I don't know what is. 64 minutes in. Still got that 1-goal lead. Defensively, again, well, Nika's done very well. He didn't manage to get a lot of balls in due to being thwarted by that other player. Tawatha, I think his name was. Right, I'm going to make my other change. Badimo has lost a bit of conditioning, so I'm going to bring on Bojan Djokic, who actually saw play today. Actually, I'm recording this Sunday evening. It's Slovenia left back rather, not right back. Actually got an assist for their second goal. It was a Liverpool, England win in the end, 3-2. Wilshere with a couple of goals. I thought Lallana was absolutely fantastic. He really changed the game when he came on in the second half. And I think we keep him injury free this season. 2-0. 2-0, as I was saying. Asensio scored. Oh no, he didn't. It's offside. Thanks for interrupting me with an offside goal. What was I saying? Lallana. If Lallana can stay injury-free for Liverpool next season, he will be great. He will be an excellent player. And he'll get us a bunch of assists. Hopefully, we'll bang on and get some goals as well. Hopefully, Balotelli will get a few. Toliso's injured here. I'm going to move Gonalon up. And we're going to put Kone in as defender. I would play Kaufman, but he's only 17, and I need a bit of experience there. Especially with us only 1-0 up. Right, I'm going defensive. I'm going defensive. We've got 4 minutes of injury time to navigate. And we're only 1-0 up. Titi, good block there. Asensio. Had the ball in the net offside. Bojan Djokic. It's actually Djokic, not Jokic, I realised as well. Lacazette. Oh, it was a good effort. But it was just wide. Ruffier out to the left back to Watha. Nika passes it back to Lopez. Who's it back up pitch? Asensio with a header onto Lacazette. He moves forward here. Can he get a goal here? He runs right into the defender. Clearance only as far as Gonalon. Guarin to Lacazette. Lacazette. Asensio! Oh, you should have scored that. You should have scored that. I think we made all our changes, so we can't really do anything else. Huntelaar hasn't done very well since coming on. Grenier here with a free kick. Passes it short to Titi. Just running down the clock here. Should be full time any minute. Nika. Gets a cross in. Huntelaar. I think Pogba got on the end of it actually. It is 1-0. It's a narrow win. They only had 3 shots, Saint-Étienne. But there was nervy at times. I think we should have won by a lot more. But it's a good win against the rivals. So don't let yourself get complacent for the next match, I'll say. It was a good performance. Defensively, I think we were fantastic. Lopez didn't really have a lot to do. His defence really helped him out. Going forward, Lacazette got the goal. Apart from that, didn't really offer a lot. But a win's a win. So I'll take that at the moment. It's games like that. We're doing well against Saint-Étienne, but it's the games against teams like Lens and Rennes and Nantes that we need to win. And it's teams that we've dropped points again in the past. So yeah. So a 1-0 win against Saint-Étienne. It's a win in the Rhone derby. Right, Tolisso is injured he's going to be out for about 2 weeks with a knee injury. Fans jubilant, great. Nika was the best player on the pitch, I'll agree with that. And Di Matteo is looking at Lacazette for Schalke. Well, I'll take confidence into the next game. That means lots of the fans. Yeah, we had a lot of yellow cards. They know the importance of the fixture. We never stop looking for ways to improve the team. Nika's a good player and is enjoying his football. There we go. So, I don't know what we've got coming up in terms of like our Champions League draw. I don't know when that... If I can see when that group draw is done, then I'll look at when we can do our next live com. We'll have a look. Come on, let's see some... Sorry, it was a bit of a yawn there. It is almost 9:30 in the evening. I'm recording this on Sunday evening because tomorrow I'm working late on Monday, so I want to try and get this edited and get it uploaded maybe for when I come back. So we'll see what happens there. Right, when's this Champions League draw? Champions League group stage draw is at the end of August. So we could do Bordeaux next game. That was 3 games to play off screen. Or we could go with Al Avignon, who are promoted again from Ligue 2. I think we'll do the Bordeaux again. We'll play 3 games off screen, and then we can get plenty of time to get Tuesday's video out, and it will take less time to do. So that's good for me. And then after Bordeaux, I guess we'll go to Montpellier or something, or Monaco, something like that. More gaps between videos means more work for me to do off screen, and sometimes I don't have a lot of time to do that due to work and stuff. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. So it'll be either either Bordeaux or Avignon. I don't want to go as far as going past that first Champions League game. And I don't want to actually play the Champions League games until we get a bit later on in the competition. So, yeah, that's it, really. So that's going to do it for today. Good to start off the league campaign with a win. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.